Hello everyone, welcome to the next episode of Lessons from Life. And today I want to talk about following your own path. I feel like a lot of people feel like they are falling behind in life, and there's all this social media content about getting ahead of other people. But the thing is, everybody is on their own timeline, and it's not really a thing. Like, you can't really get ahead of other people. And of course, it's a good thing to work on yourself and accomplish your goals in a short amount of time and everything. But there's all this unnecessary pressure about following some certain standard about how your life is supposed to look like. And that's not really true, because everybody has their own goals, and even in like traditional career paths, every single one is different. So you're gonna go to school for a different amount of years. You're gonna do things differently, learn other skills. Yet we still kind of pressure ourselves to get ahead of other people because we feel like we're falling behind, even though that's not true. And where that comes from is probably because of media and the way we were conditioned to kind of hustle. Or maybe the pressure was put on us because of our parents. Maybe they were pressuring us to always be high performers. Maybe for some of you, your parents chose a career path for you, even though you have different skills and aspirations, and that career path isn't really aligned with you. So the way you can kind of start getting out of that mindset is by gaining some perspective, by just meeting other people from different countries, different career paths, and just kind of comparing, but in a good way, not comparing yourself like who's worse, who's better, but just seeing that there are so many different options in the world, and you can truly be anyone, and falling behind is really not an option, because you will always end up somewhere, and you will always gain some experience. And the next thing is that every experience you should treat as a learning opportunity. Even if you wasted 10 years because you thought you wanted to go to an Ivy League school, and now you want to be an entrepreneur and you feel like you don't even need a degree, that doesn't mean you wasted 10 years. You gained so many skills, and you developed so much discipline and so many good habits. So in your journey now, you will have so much stronger foundation than someone who didn't really care about school because they were always kind of in that mindset that they don't need a degree, so they didn't study as hard, they didn't push themselves as hard. And maybe even people around you are gonna be really surprised about you changing your mind. Maybe they will shame you for it, but you are always entitled to change your mind, because this is your life, and no matter what other people say, like, you are the one person that's totally in control, and you are responsible for your own happiness, and also you are responsible for choosing what you want to accomplish in this lifetime. Also, real life is kind of the opposite of school, because in school you always had that structure and you were surrounded by people your own age, which is not really a thing, because even when you go to university, there will be some people your age, some people maybe younger than you because they skipped a class, and some people that are much older than you because that's their second or third degree. So there is really no point in comparing yourself to other people and trying to win an imaginary race, because it's really not there. Also, you should focus on self-discovery, and tools like journaling might be really helpful for you, because you should really redefine your idea of success. Because when you don't really know what you want and what success means to you, you have this idea of it put on you by other people. These are not really your ideas, your values. You are just taking them on because other people kind of pass them on to you. So it might take a really long time to kind of discover yourself, but it's really worth it, because then you can really live to your fullest and fulfill your purpose. And also, you should really take a look at the content you consume, because social media can really harm you in that way, because everybody is showing their highlights and their accomplishments. So you see all of those young kids that are millionaires, and that's kind of skewing your idea of success, because that's not really true that everyone is more successful than you, everyone who's younger than you is making more money. I mean, the average millionaire is 61 years old, and no matter how many kids in Lamborghinis you see, that's not gonna change that. So you can really curate your social media algorithm to work with you, not against you. When you interact with certain videos that motivate you, that make you learn something, you are gonna be shown more of that. And if the only thing on your social media right now are things that make you feel bad, you can either totally disconnect from that or take action and make the algorithm work for you. I always felt that kind of pressure to be something by a certain age, but I was always lucky enough to follow a kind of unconventional path because by the point that I finished high school, I was in 4 different schools and they were all kind of different systems. I went to mostly private schools, which was a really good experience because I was able to work in much smaller environments. So I learned that collaboration with people. And also, I had many other experiences like traveling, meeting people abroad, learning abroad. So that kind of allowed me to be able to see that I can build my own life and kind of collect those experiences instead of following some already written for me path. But if you didn't have that, you have to kind of make it for yourself. Look for experiences or opportunities to grow and to kind of get out of your comfort zone and just experiment, see where you want to be. It all comes down to knowing yourself and trusting yourself that you will ultimately make the best decision for you. And coming back to the whole getting ahead of other people thing, I mean, that's a popular thing to say right now, that how can you get ahead of other people? And it's great to accomplish your goals and work hard towards them and feel like you are doing more than other people, but don't let it kind of turn toxic and make you feel inferior if you're not doing enough, because you are always doing something, you are always learning something, and you can always change what you're doing. If you don't feel like you're doing enough, maybe you don't have a purpose. Maybe what you're doing right now is not aligned with your values, so you don't have that motivation and discipline to work towards it. So no matter how hard you push yourself, it's not gonna work because your heart is somewhere else, and no matter how much you try to work against yourself, it would be so much easier for you if you stuck to something you truly love. And parents sometimes pressure their kids to go to careers like being a lawyer or a doctor. But the thing is, they are just looking at the average salary. But if you hate medicine, you're gonna be a terrible doctor and you're not gonna make good money. So it would be so much better for you to start, for example, doing social media because maybe you're passionate about that and you're gonna be very successful in a short amount of time. Even if it's not in a short amount of time, you're gonna work hard and you're gonna learn a lot along the way and you're gonna get there eventually. And sometimes it's really hard to explain to other people what we actually want to do and why we're not doing the conventional thing like the one you're supposed to do. But the thing is, they will understand when they see the results. Not everybody has to believe in you from the start. You have to have enough confidence and trust in yourself to persevere and keep going no matter what, because when you get there, the same people that are now, my story just ran out. So continuing, the same people are gonna look back and they are gonna really admire your confidence and the way you didn't give up, and they will probably ask you how you did it. They're gonna wish that they were in your position right now just because you had enough audacity to do something that you wanted instead of what somebody else tells you to. And that's pretty much all I wanted to say. So remember to always follow your own path and that it really is worth it and you will really thank yourself in the future. And you are the one that is living your own life, so don't let other people tell you what is the right thing to do, because the right thing for someone else is not the right thing for you. Thank you for listening, and if you like this series, you can hit subscribe and hopefully see you in the next one. Bye!